big day in the Down to Earth Woodworking shop. Finally going to unload that storage pod out there and move all the equipment in here. So I've spent the day cleaning up and getting materials out of here and doing some last minute trim work. And I've just about got it cleaned up and ready for the move in. So I thought since it's reasonably clear in here, it might be a good day to give you a tour. So let's take a look around. Well, I thought this time on the tour we'd sort of do the counterclockwise thing. This is the west wall. This is the door I just came in a minute ago. It's a double door, 60 inches wide, and it's an outswing door. So the doors are not swinging inside, taking up space. And also, when both doors are open, it's plenty of room to bring materials and hopefully new equipment into from time to time. I've put French cleats up on this wall, just hung a couple of things up there temporarily to get them off the floor. I also have a nice big window. I'll show you a little bit more here in a minute, but this has a nice, pretty much all day, nice diffuse natural light coming in. So my workbench is going to be right along in here in this area. It's a little over 8 feet long and should fit in here real nice. And I'm probably going to position that workbench so I'm working at it most of the time facing out. I can see out the window and that'll be nice. Maybe not so nice in the wintertime, but it'll still be nice. Okay, continuing to swing around, you can see the rest of this window here. I've got another window over here looking out the south side. And up here, Creature Comfort, got my TV, and got a nice little area over here. I've got baseboard floor heat down here, and I also have an infrared heater. Did an article about that infrared heater, oh gosh, a year or so ago for the Highland Woodworking newsletter, and moved it because it's a wonderful heater. So I reinstalled it here, and looking forward to using that this winter. The baseboard heat, I've tested that out, and it really puts out a lot of heat. I've got 3 of those around against the walls, so I think this will be pretty warm this winter. This is the primary door that I use coming in and out of the shop. You've seen this in a previous video. It's one of the first things I did when I started remodeling the shop because the original door that was in here didn't work. And I was having to come in and out through the garage door, which was kind of painful. So got this installed, got nice full glass in it, get a little additional light in the shop, see people when they're coming up to the door. And got my main switches, got 3 zones of lighting here, got my main switches here, and fuse panel. I haven't decided yet whether or not to cover this. I'm thinking about putting a little bulletin board over here on a hinge that I can pull the bulletin board out and then open the fuse or the circuit breaker panel if I need to get in there. Moving around from the main entry door, this is the stairs going up to the 2nd level. Underneath here on the landing where the turn is made, I've got the air compressor in there, and I'm going to be installing a large shop vac in there, plumbing the hose out either here or here on this corner so that I can just hook a hose up, vacuum, and then hang the hose up. But keep the vacuum cleaner in there where it's a little bit less noise. The air compressor also, I'll plumb up air compressor fittings, air fittings out here for the little bit of time that I use that. But both of the vacuum cleaner and the air compressor are on switches so that I can control those from out here and not have to climb under there to turn those on. This is the southeast corner of the shop. This was the first corner that I started working on when I started building the shop from the raw garage. And the reason this was the first corner that I worked on was because I needed to get these stairs made up to the upper level, deck that, and be able to put materials and supplies up there out of the way so I could finish working down here. There's 5 steps up to this landing, and then another 8 steps that go up the rest of the way to the top. I've mounted some spotlights up here that I repurposed from another project. One of these, my drill press will be right in here, and one of these will be aimed down at my drill press. This one aims down at these steps, and the other one is aimed at those steps. When the upstairs light's on and the downstairs lights are on, these are lit plenty well to go up and down. I will be needing to add banisters and railing here, and I've got the materials upstairs. I'll get around to that. This is the east wall here. I've got some cabinets that were on French cleats in my previous shop, hung up on the French cleats here now. My little job site table saw that I've been using during the construction phase is kind of parked over here temporarily. But you can see sort of got a lot of wall space over here, another electric baseboard heater down here, and lots of electrical outlets. I also have a 220 volt outlet over here that I haven't finished wiring up yet. The circuit breaker's in and off, but I've got to put a plug in there. But other than that, pretty much all the electrical work is done. Moving a little further along this wall, this is my old workbench that didn't fit on the storage pod and that I moved over here. It actually has come in mighty handy while I was remodeling this. It's given me a place to work on some small things that I was working on, and frankly a place to sit and have a cup of coffee when I'm taking a break. Got a little window back here. This is nice because it allows me to see up to the barn behind the garage, and that barn I'm redoing and retrofitting so that it will be all my lumber storage. Probably the power tool I've used the most during the remodeling of this, other than a circular saw and some air hammers, has been my miter saw. I've got that just set up over here temporarily, much as it's been set up in 8 different places in here in the garage during the project. I just put it over here to get it out of the way. But this is the north wall. This wall is about 48-inch high masonry block, and the balance of the wall is typical stud construction. I waterproofed all the masonry block, 3 coats, and then above that, where it was open studs, I insulated it and put the siding on and ran electrical. I actually have 5 outlets running across here. Haven't decided exactly how I'm going to arrange everything yet, but this wall has a lot of open space on it, so I'm sure it's going to get wound up getting lined with tools. Well, we've made full circle. We're in the northwest corner of the shop, and here are the double doors again. Tomorrow's a big day, going to require some real muscles to move in all that stuff, so I better cut this day off and get a little bit of rest. But before I go, let me just show you real quick the upstairs. Keeping in mind now, the upstairs hasn't really been remodeled yet, other than just decking it and reinforcing the floor. It's a mess up there. It's just a real temporary setup right now. I'll show it to you anyway. Once this is done, I think this is going to be fine for a place to come up and sharpen my tools, and a place to keep some of the things that I don't use that often, and maybe even a little storage for some works in progress, some materials while they're acclimating, and things like that. Still got a lot of work to do up here. Still got insulation in the roof to do. Still got to finish off the ends, the gable ends on both ends. I've got a window down here that needs to be replaced. I've got an exhaust fan to install up here, and I need to get these lights a little bit more permanently set up. I ran power up here, but I've got to put in some more outlets, but all in good time. Once I get those tools out of the storage pod, then I can really start moving along. say thank you to everybody who has been of such tremendous assistance in this process of converting this nasty, smelly, poorly built garage into the new down-to-earth woodworking shop, and a shop I think I'm really going to enjoy working in. Most of all, I want to thank Highland Woodworking. Not only have they been morally supportive of the project, but they've been somewhat lenient when I've slipped a day or two and here and there on an article deadline or a video deadline. Thanks, guys. I want to thank my friends too that have come over and helped sometimes when there was things that just needed another person to really get done properly or safely. Thanks a lot. And most importantly, I want to thank you. All you folks that have sent emails with encouragement and ideas, absolutely fantastic. So thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.